And in this video, I will demonstrate how to use SPSS to determine if chocolate may have a significant effect on attitude. In order to do so, we're going to perform a repeated measures ANOVA test. The first step would be to create a null hypothesis, which would say there is no significant difference of attitude over time, 5 minutes, 1 hour, and 4 hours after participants eat chocolate. Now that we formulated our null hypothesis, we're going to begin to perform our repeated measures ANOVA test. So from here, we're going to click on our Analyze tab. We're going to scroll down to where it says General Linear Model, and then click on Repeated Measures. Our first text box says within subject factor name. The default says factor 1. We're going to rename that to attitude. And then we're going to enter in the number of levels, which is 4. We're going to click on Add, followed by Define. Now we have a new box. We're going to begin to move over our variables into the box where it says Within Subject Variables, making sure we're keeping them in the same order in which they occurred. All right, next we're going to click on EM means, which means estimated margins, and we're going to move over our variable, which is attitude, to the display means box, followed by clicking on compare main effects. And then we're going to click on continue. Once there, we're going to click on our options tab, and we're going to display the following. Click on descriptive statistics, estimates of effect, and homogeneity test, followed by continue. Now we're going to click on OK, and our data will process. For our data, we're going to scroll down to where it says Marshallese test of sporosity and look at the significance. Since the significance value is 0.683, which is greater than 0.05, then the condition for using repeated measures of an ANOVA have been met. We can go ahead and now scroll down to our next box of data, which indicates test of within subjects effects. Once here, we're going to take a look at our first row, which indicates our sporosity assumed. And we're going to take a look at our significant value, which is 0.002, which is less than 0.05. So we reject the null hypothesis that there is no difference of attitude over time, 5 minutes, 1 hour, and 4 hours after participants eat chocolate. We can conclude that there is a difference. In order to determine the difference, we need to look at our means. So now we're going to scroll down to where it says estimates. And in this table of estimates, we're going to notice we have the mean of each variable. So for time 1, the mean is 76.56. That's without chocolate. Our next time represents 5 minutes after the participant eats chocolate, and that mean is 83.87. Our third time, which represents 1 hour later, the mean is 79.08. And then our last time, time 4, which represents 4 hours later, our mean is 78.43. Now, we want to know a little bit more about each one of these items, in particular, whether there's a significant difference or not. In order to do so, we have to scroll down to this table that says pairwise comparisons. And if you notice here, we're going to be looking at each time and taking a look at the significance level. So for time 1 compared to time 2, the significant level is 0.001, which is less than 0.05. So we can say that there is a significant difference between time 1 and time 2. If we take a look at time 1 compared to time 3, the significant level is 0.147, which is greater than 0.05. So there's no significant difference there. And the same applies for time 1 and time 4, which significant level is 0.399, which is also greater than 0.05. So there's no significant difference there. If we continue, we can take a look at time 2 compared to time 3. And our significant level is 0.010, which is less than 0.05. So we would say there's a significance level there between time 2 and time 3. If we take a look at time 2 compared to time 4, our level is 0.005, which is less than 0.05. So we can say there's a significant difference there. And then time 3 compared to time 4. The significance level is 0.745, which is greater than 0.05. So there's no significant difference there. So we can conclude, based on our data, that the Maud-Charles test did not indicate any violation of sporosity, and that there was a significant difference of attitude between time 1 with no chocolate and time 2, which represents 5 minutes after the participants eat the chocolate. There was also a significant difference of attitude between time 2, which is 5 minutes after the participant eats the chocolate, compared to time 3, which is 1 hour later. And finally, time 2, which is 5 minutes after the participant eats the chocolate, and time 4, which is 4 hours later. So ultimately, we reject the null hypothesis that there is no significant difference over time on attitudes after participants were given chocolate. And that is how we perform a repeated measures ANOVA test. Thank you.